is mishe Iagan MacNeil.
Na broken coiseach gorum, seachad dhéanach na mhacha agus mappa di mo live.
Agus ha mit dóla choiseach Slighe taistelach tros scíide iad nach mór an eòlas iad acam na críochan. Fydd Slighe an Naoimh Chuithbeirt mi haar 300 míle aga a Melrose na críochan far an ro Cuithbeirt an doiseach na bhanach chun an náte far an deacha hiolacach Eildon Hills Lindisfarne far clatach Northumbria. Han scíide seo a bhí a tarang haistealaich fad fascid míle go lé bliana.
Han mishe ma haistelach chéin, gus barach Iain MacNeil Cuithbeirt agus an dlí seo a chai einimachig a hon.
Ro na chlachca ga, san aiche, vital sias gan chlatich, agus na hesse san úsce, chadóins gan ron úsce tín gan návi, agus a gúrni fat na haiche.
Ha mein dóchas gan tor an turusso gán choran bechgachig tuv spiritar na beha. Ha warig eachdraidh gach trúb jan dlia, ha lentin na críche alapa agus sasain agus a gamanan a gal tarsan ora. Se scíide a chonig strí sapid go leabhar trna líntsin.
Blár monig ancrum, blár na fúlteach ann ach chai an lá leis na halapaní.
Ha dùthaich coiseach tro helion álainn, bí Jane síte a bhís ann.
As sin ula eolach go bhfuil alapa einimal is an bhítar scrín, imime seo sa síte an na nua lá, ach a dhéanaan sin ha go má álainn.
Gal an nôl haar drochach yn bria. Tal larig eachdraidh. Is bart yn boioch. Grunachach na trahad strú liani. Agus a cud eòlas carraj yn ura.
Am a charraj veic gefas nas cortal dúm, sa tín nas ascaram.
Agus fat an dúil bí mi féin barach amach mi Iain Cuithbeirt, Unaran, Sláinear agus Éspig. Sa program seo ha dùthaich coiseach ga Melrose go fascid san Boswells.
Seo toiseach ma churas apad Melrose che chéad apadin an críoch. Sé I chéad trí daimhí is déchi an sa bhliana ina chéad díoch, siatíoch herichiad. Sva lá ann vai fatan as mór na híise van dú.
Son barach einimach man tócolach ústa seo ha mi canneachig di Iain Craig fó aranneach eachdraidh na halapa.
Iain, as a héadalach ísgoin man napad seo sé apad bhám na sa stéirsin na déisina gíisigoin man na dúine bh fuidachán.
Wel, mae dy fad diffyr siwrs I iacla sin ac yn Salan diw. Y fad diffyr siwrs, diffyr miancyn de fanig awn trwyachdi. Fan systersioch y gedi fi giftatje fili van manig benedictig. Skashin fad y gedi fi bio mae dy fad iat yn y ticsyn gynro na manig bio for real loch nerf benedict heen. So fad wat de dian of rydyn gyma jeffrey ach sé doi behe gyma sín pli fan. Ach fad y gwbl crwy i'r yn talaf ys cwtioch gy tocol na apich yn ach geheen.
Agus yna seo hiad apich yna ro ska awn as a sgíide seo ronna seo?
Wel, fa hiad apich tocol as a siach gyflin mi yn 100 kilometr i'r falaf fad y fyr sy'n yn diw. So ha sy'n yn dymbiach fa sy'n y sysaf gystoch na gyflin, mi smaen chwch. Agus a sy'n dymbiach gyda hiad di daifi torst napich gan vanig systersioch ach gerod dymbiach gyda ffracad o chaif. So hwciat yn vanig yn uwyd anna hio.
Agus cymryd a hanig yn cri ac yn brwsoch gan adra sio?
Be Áte sáiris de bheith seir san rapper sa bhrús agus haithríice I tíal cóchanna heo agus an bhuaice I tíal cóch an den fearlainn. Ach nuair a bheith básachuch chéinigce chan chadaice Sir James Douglas a chríice I gáil iad tudas anú chan Spáin iad mar penas sanna an gynta bhuaiste John Comyn. Churchail Sir James Douglas an sa Spáin agus nuair sin bheith chríe ag Robert sin Bruce tíana ras agus bheith tíal cóchanna heo.
Agus ísgwyn man iafíon ha an brein an apid. Jeisas rútan gwytas dùthaich.
Ha tar Iain fedes animal sé muchge ha cliche píp agus ha fyrgin lan cydioch mae'n rafid agus coch gyda le latid cydgyn cliche lwt agus ffiws clachatid le malit cydioch. Ach chydioch sy'n bwlwch gyn joch di at y ceilwch och ach stoch y didoch gyda na dynchyd na mwynchyd y tocol yn apid didoch gyda sialtyn jeich o mas na fan sgil yn achge.
Haar an bheach gan ró a bhanachchain gan deach Cuithbeirt na áige ag sean bhil rós 100 kilometr a neróin éad áhain huai. An a hen bhae a reichgáil, a górnaí, a gopad agus a lévig. Sé canneoch mar calpain a chud tine is an dean bhanachchain ma bhíain na nuamh líne. As sé clúintin ma láin áige Cuithbeirt, han dámach am tiúndach go slíomh Eildon.
Smaak wel een stijde show. Zo'n maar goed je dat zoals na Bowden show. Ach je show snok. Als je een koos de val van Bala. Hoe fijn voor mijn karretje. Ach een voor mijn slaatje dat hoe fijn je is je voor nater na heel je killer. Agus voor mijn big sabiger. Agus als je een snok hoe fijn je het vallen van doel zo'n minnes na ga. Wat als je een forskadeur. Sherlock kommer het al. Enige tukke wil een sterroch is tien. Hij vast een spleer en een laaien en vast een salje. Agus hij oon keleur die echtken, een kluchke se vaatje. Simmer show nachgol op beel adish ha keeltje in een kriechshow. Ha feun een kretchen get de geil en rojarter a weer aan de blaar vasker live. Is hij een Jew na gewoon gattel en dùthaich na Bowden. Heen sa luich mijn goortjid, tjesel gedúskig sa vinnig a ha fémoro, gudjian na roiach. Bis na dochus na gaan een Jew a hachre sin.
Ba scialach géile gadis gan é budjoch an tréslín tíoch, Michael Scott, a chruúich na trí múlich, ach, leis an níding sanna dhéadichiad ó glósatan an a dùthaich na crunne och an tríchiad gelé múlain bliana.
Ha slíomh Eildon cúideach animal is an an céil hí Thomas an Rownachie, Bart an trésamh lín tíoch ag an rón dá healaigh, haar a crackad a réine imach feitireach go bha fír an an neachtar na Hallapa, leid an jeirh lá a bhasiigh an trés Alistair. Ach saun an a hew a chaniche hí boundary na síichin, is hoek isje le van een kroch, agus va seach blian aan na sachgar tuige.
And see ye not that bonny road that winds about the ferny brae? That is the road to fair Elfland, where thou and I this night maun gae.
Snú a híle saon leis a bheanach nó stoch a bhalach nach tíigh as a bhíal a chaníon gláán. Apar streiff by fa sin, a mynysg edrych da fein Eildon, y dyf sio ha chroch gytwa, agos y dyf sin ha a chroch mianoch. Y chroch gytwa, fwyd yr eichgyn, dŵn y fach y môr yn alapa na la. Mae ga fil y blian o ddeis an y lun yn ierin, fa yn treib fod y dini y fwydych an. Gyfforst yn ochos y gyta, ha mi'r streiff gylawr ion as mi jedwch lentyn i ddwrt.
Van dŵn sgwrtio har ichyd ach gyda fferin, le chafwr 3 hyd tai cryn na frain. Awn sy flion y cedd fichyd, chwyd na rom yn eich rwgydd na fod y dini, agos chwmiad smachgydd yn sgydd am yn cwrj fad ciad bliana as jewi sy'n. Ha mi nisht y cwyd mai iddo na haj, bal y Bowden.
Chai yn topper nieuw avestach sio o hokal sy'n nwy flin tjerk, is ook a fuchig de jimmenjechle paag drover een groei na misk. Se hanach tanke moor a hake lienig a foran, stroge noos a Slighe Eildon, viega ma heen, ma vieg een uske haast het machas, ach gemi orstenach chanel en Jew, Jones. Har het big paag orm, a stevi streephoos in a bainten. Chai bal y Bowden ysdiachig sy'n dar lun tjerk agos fa ddiaf enyam ar ysôn bripeteroch. Fa ceilt lw edrych y fala agos apach fwyl rosh, agos fi'n y dyn y cwtiochog na manig, y bwon, y trysyn y cwrych, agos y torsgaif cerc yr son y nolig. Siaman is la ela toshig an y Newtons and Boswells. Ai caran ceol sy'n fetyn i diw ach am i dochus gybi becan y farach gyddian ac am ffisg y diw agos mi tiwch do lentyn i ddwrt ydy dylia.
Hannig dŵnia yn tosioch gygwydych an y Newtons and Boswells sgan y mwylnen, fa yn drwhan yn Bowden Burn, y strwag sias go awen twy y cwmal rohan môra na mwylnen y gwbydd. Sna mian ysyn fa manig abach fwyl rosh et hosioch et cach, y chyn go Newton lein cwj grain. Ha awen twy ma hiad mile gach, che yn hainichen y satcha an y brechting, ha y geddi an y River Tweedsmuur farsgyd moffat agos y dortrig gan chwn y tŵa ag berig. Ha y nyeran sio ym y lia y lentyn na haina agos lorg mi yn jerefatja son y foichiad ma himichal y chead, agos man y ligal gan gwh yn y casan sgi.
Wel, nachal. Siaw ti ddech alain, siaw hyd sialach kerstach am de awen twy agos hai cho snog agos dod suya garwyd big cwash agos grain bi gar cwtioch. So nierst y chwmal sy'n y casan sy'n mwch ymwyr y dolch yn gorg yn dylia. Ach rwyd am ei mochag, siaw cho soch gyr safoch sa han datio siaw. Cha'n ysgad eich lwynion ach yn nawen y strwag sias agos na hewan dydych y siain. As na crwfyn, ha siawt ydych oes o'ch ein snog. and we kichen stu falling at drast. Son neart horsko a grotekin. Nach heel goed fallanjach, heel goed plaste, kamershin fisker. Zie toch helemaal goed show. Am het carriage lork. Robin Big, agus hadde vi kam lentin i de fartshow jendlia. Am a carriage week gefas nas court of doom, sa chin nas ashkaram.
Hami dodogal siachra tarsin na haine go abid Dryburgh, chéile jigapachin nan cdiachan. Chai yn drochid cosioch sio tarsin na haine hokal anna nochkia jiag, trifichid saga jiag. Va siawn drochid jawn ach chai lekal anna stedam. Ronishin va ashakan, va feim vief fein a nôl sa nawl anna sio. Ha mór an gúine a tort an cuid cháin iad chóirt an tufsa, agus seo far an terrönich mi cannachach the Mari Lo. Scríb ishe an leabhar a Pilgrims Companion son Slighe Naoimh Chuithbeirt. Ha mi Johnach barach einamach man dunne héin.
Well, fartje, Mary, Kimmer Hashev.
Oh, ha mi godáil.
You're a Gaelic learner. Where did you pick up your Gaelic from?
Well, va classic in aiche an an Earlston fashke Melrose. Agus nóir sin Solmorostig. Agus Eachdraidh.
So tell us about Cuthbert. Who was he and what was his background?
He was one of the first generation of Christians after St Aidan came up from Lindisfarne, the mission that came originally from Iona and from Ireland. He was a wee lad who was the first of a new thing that was happening here at that time.
And what type of person was he and what sort of presence did he have to earn him the recognition that he got?
Well, up in this part of the world, I mean, he started as a novice, he was just a wee lad, and then he was a young monk in the monastery up in Old Melrose, just upstream there. Eventually he became the prior of the monastery, so that meant that he would not just be inside the enclosure, but he would go out and about in the villages, teaching and healing. Actually, they'd had a really hard time, the villagers. In some ways, he's the saint of a pandemic. There'd been a plague here, and they had lost a lot of people. And Cuthbert himself had been ill and lost a lot of people. So I think he understood where they were coming from, and he was just a really good pastor. He was a good listener, and he'd be out there encouraging them and helping to restore their faith a bit.
And why did this route get named after him?
I think he's the link between Old Melrose and Lindisfarne. So, and he would have used a lot of these routes. He would have used the old Roman road, which is just over in that direction, just passes the gate of Old Melrose, in fact. And he went sometimes on horseback, sometimes on foot. And often they would have come down the river. That would be their quickest way to Lindisfarne from up there.
And what does Cuthbert mean to you as a person, but also a spiritual person?
He's a local lad, you know, and I've been around Melrose on foot and around this area quite a lot, and kind of feel that you get to know him a bit. And also through the Venerable Bede writes about him in a really kind of warm and approachable way. So yeah, I feel as if I've got to know him a bit.
And for yourself, what are your own favourite sections of the walk?
I don't think I've got a favourite part of the walk, you know. There are those special moments, they can happen anywhere along the walk. They're quite unpredictable. So I don't have a special part of it myself. You just have to look out for those moments when they happen.
And when you were researching your book, were there things of Cuthbert's life that you found surprising or found a bit different from what your perception was?
Yes, I mean, there are some lovely stories. There's the well-known one about the wee boy and the osprey. Do you know that one?
No.
Well, apparently Cuthbert was walking from village to village, and he had some young monks with him, including a wee boy, and they had set off without any lunch, in the belief that God would provide. And the wee boy was concerned, where are we going to get some lunch along here? And Cuthbert said, well, God will provide. And then up ahead of them on the riverbank, there was an eagle with a fish. And, you know, the chances are that it was an osprey. So the wee boy ran and he got the fish and he brought it back. And Cuthbert said, why didn't you give half of it back to the fisherman, meaning the osprey? So they cut it up, they gave half to the bird, and they shared the rest with some other people that they met along the way. So that's one of my favourite stories, I think.
Yeah, that's a lovely, warming, you know, giving back and supporting others type story, which is beautiful. For somebody like myself setting out on St Cuthbert's Way, what would you hope that I would get out of a path like this and a pilgrimage like this?
I suppose it depends what you're needing in your life, Iain. It's not really for me to say, but I hope that you would find out as you were walking, and that it would put you in touch with the things that really matter and the things that you need to find.
Well, here's hoping. So thank you. Thank you for coming to talk to us.
You're welcome.
Chai abich Dryburgh hukal san dara lean tiach, agus get nacheli in an dlia, stiach lúbug faranraj gakoyad.
I mean, ischeth abich Dryburgh ruin, agus gymí horsta noch hanna so is Fashke is ga no percari har a gianu with the Jew ach yenen shunya mi has the fine blasted gen eachdraidh ha mi chemical the show ach get nach mi fashke a napa chain ha mi dolagal court mi chemical na gargan.
Ha gish idhanich animal chialcha and show Sir Walter Scott, agus an Soitjeth and Marshall Blair and Cheerla Haig, a bha as ciún fech vrechtin the nuggy near sa hiad chokig.
Ga burgo heen go fashged awen toy gun becken eerskich slacht Iain. Ha an awen show gema animal son Bratan, agus ha me dolle kanjach die fair, ha gema eildoch the Jaran show gen an dooi.
Ha Craig had trich a gilliadoch gan a heu a dollahort corliago, agus skealoch ma echter na haina.
So, Craig, you're going to show me a bit of fishing, but first of all, tell us more about your own history with the Tweed. How long have you been fishing the Tweed?
I've been gilly here for 16 years now, so it's and still learning.
But apart from being a gilly, have you fished it all your life?
I've fished since I was about 14, more for trout than anything else. I did a spell at Grimston Estate on Isle of Lewis for a while, before I moved down here and went to gamekeeping college.
And what's the attraction?
It's the anticipation of any minute it could happen or it will happen. Yeah, that's what gets it. And again, you're out in the countryside, you've got the wildlife, everything, and you see everything in one day.
And the Tweed, it's very well known as a river. What's the attraction of something like the Tweed?
It's one of the 4 big rivers of Scotland, and everybody just wants to fish it, you know, off their bucket list, as it were. I mean, a lot of our guests, they've been coming same week every year for the past 30 to 45 years. In the same week, and they just love coming. They enjoy it.
And what's to be caught here on the Tweed?
We have salmon and sea trout. There's also brown trout and grayling, certain times of years. I mean, we fish from 1st of February to the end of November for salmon and sea trout. Trout from April through till September, and grayling December and January.
Tell us about the conservation measures that have been put in place to conserve stocks for the future.
The Tweed Foundation of the Tweed Spring Conservation Programme, whereas we catch whatever we catch between the 1st of February and the end of June, all springers must be returned. Sea trout can be taken from the 1st of April onwards, but all spring salmon must be returned just to help with their stocks and try and keep them coming.
Now, in terms of your own fishing experience in the river, what's been the biggest you've caught and that somebody's actually witnessed?
Well, personally, mine is about 17 or 18 pound. That was one of the first fish I ever had off the beat. Personally, to myself, the biggest we've had on the beat is 28 pounds, and that was November time. Big hen fish, beautiful.
Yeah. For somebody who might be catching their first big landing on the Tweed, what's that feeling like?
Adrenaline, I think is about it. Just that the first tug, as they say, the tug is the drug, and it's just that initial pull, and you've got no idea because you're anticipating what could be on the end. Is it 4 pounds or is it 24? So yeah, it's just that the unknown.
Cool. Well, excellent.
It's good to know.
Let's see what I can maybe land. Fingers crossed. There's something waiting out there for me.
Hopefully, tight lines.
Yeah, good. What's the technique involved with trying to catch something here?
Well, what we'll do is we'll show you double spey, and we'll get you to try and do that first.
Okay.
Right hand on the top of the rod.
Yeah.
You have a left hand on the bottom.
Yeah.
I want you to lift up
Yeah.
to about 1 o'clock. Gently drag round to your left, come back round to your right, and then throw.
Wow. Okay. Looks reasonably easy. Looks reasonably easy. The execution might be a bit sloppy, but
So, you can only but try.
Yeah. So let's give this a go.
So you come in front of me, yeah. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Just take your
Yep.
time on that gravel.
Okay. So
So lift up, drag it back round, further round, yeah. Now come sweeping round to your right. No further, come back round to your other side a minute.
yeah.
And I want you to come out,
All right.
sweep
Okay.
it
Sweep
out
it around. Okay.
to that side. Bit more speed. And then roll. A little bit more power
Okay.
required. Right, and on you go again, lift up to 1 o'clock. At the minute,
Okay.
and just let the flow take that round and straighten it out. Right, so lift again, bring round to your left, right round to your right quicker, and fire. That's better. And just follow it round with the rod tip. And if something pulls, don't pull back. Stranger things have happened.
So Craig, I think we'll give that up as a bad job. Good attempt, but sadly, nothing was biting for me today. So, but I enjoyed the experience. At least I now can say I've fished the Tweed.
You fished
Not
Tweed.
necessarily successfully, but I nonetheless have fished the Tweed. So we'll take in our line. Well, hort shundum agus ba Joe for chicas gacum ach gemi orstenoch gaat de lach mi ska ach with big fork gemi orstenoch. Great, let's head off.
Sa na program bhí mí atá iad Eiclis Costricte de Cuithbeirt.
Sound bo Leon and Salem ha na skrivian Eivrish show is na Ballachin a reine sa noch gyflin diag.
A Cosioch Rad Romanoch. Sa Clwynjin ma fial adish in a dal.
Han táte seo sé Lilliard's Edge an tenne a hir an áte seo.